Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron, where the German Empire is kind of going nuts in Europe right now. The United States is back. I'm not entirely sure how or why, but they're back, and here they are. Okay, fantastic. Italy is, of course, relegated to Africa at this point, and the awkward thing here is that the Allies and the North American Association are at war. The Central Powers are at war with everybody. Like, everyone is at war with everyone. That's what we need to remember here. The only ones who are not at war is the Southwest Pacific Initiative, and, of course, Poland, the most Southwest Pacific of nations. Beautiful. I love it. Okay, so we've got a decent amount of political power at this point. We can get a political advisor. Dockyard construction speed. We're going to be building dockyards pretty soon here. Let's go ahead and grab this guy for the dockyard construction speed. We're actually building some right now, so that'll be fine. We do get a bonus from that, so that would be absolutely great. And we have a good amount of stuff queued up right now. So no real worries here right now. The Colombian Socialist Republic joined the 4th International. Okay. In terms of our tech, we're working our way through stuff. Now, we only have 9 army experience right now, and I want to continue to edit this armored division eventually. We want to add some motorized into this, ideally. We just don't have the tech right now. So we're saving up our army experience for that, and that will be just fine. Actually, let me see if I can find the tab that I had previously for that. But if I remember correctly, it was just like a particular number. Okay, we got all those researches finished. Or a research finished. That's fine. It was a particular number. I think it was like... No, I keep doing that. I think it was like 4 motorized here. But I appear to have closed the tab, so that's perfect. Like I said, I'm bad at template design, for sure. I'm definitely bad at that. So for the moment, we're going to come over here, and I think we're going to grab infantry, weapons, and support artillery. Sure, we'll grab specialized equipment. That'll be okay. And then for our technology here, we are still ahead of time here, 0.81 years. How are we doing on this research speed? Actually, this is no longer ahead of time. So we are going to grab advanced computing machine and get that, so we get all of our research bonuses. Beautiful. That will be absolutely great. And let me pull OBS back up here. Fantastic. Improved artillery upgrade 2 finishes up, which of course means that we want to continue down this tree here. And we want to grab the BL 5.5-inch medium gun, which is the best, basically, like, generic artillery that we can get. So that'll be great. And then we'll grab the advanced artillery upgrade after that. That will probably, once we get this done, it'll still be ahead of time. But we'll get this researched. Beautiful. So 88 days on that. And then we're going to have the motorized infantry done soon. That's great. Well, 138 days, to be precise. It'll be a little while. How's Poland doing on their factories? They have 48 out of 84. I feel like Poland is not doing well on their factories. I don't think they're going to really progress on that, so that's okay. And we are advancing rapidly at this point in terms of... we could infiltrate the civilian administration. I don't think we're going to do that. We are currently working on spreading democracy here. So let's see what ends up happening with that. The German Empire would be another one that would be interesting to try to spread ideology in. But for now, I think we're going to hold off on that moment, or for this moment, for some moment. There is a moment that we're going to hold off on. Oh boy. War propaganda against the Japanese shogunate may not be too bad. We can spend some political power on that. Let's go ahead and do that. Cool. So that'll raise up our war support a little bit. And that's great. There's justification of war goals against us or allies. Estonia's People's Republic is justifying against us. Why? They're unaligned. That's interesting. Guatemala has capitulated to the United States. The U.S. is going to basically take over the entire Americas at this point. So that's fine. We like that. Remember, the U.S. is basically on our side. Basically. Not officially, but basically. We could get a new naval doctrine here, and let's take escort patrols. Now, we're not working too hard on our Navy for the moment, but that's to be expected. Our manpower is currently low, and that's definitely true. We already knew that. But if we do end up going to war, that may not be the worst thing for us if we go to war against Estonia. Like, that wouldn't be awful. They might have more troops than we do. But we could just call in Poland, and that would allow us to immediately grab the invest in victory here. And that would allow us to head down this direction. And that'd be amazing. I'd be very, very happy about that. That would get us 2 additional research slots, which would go a long ways. India and Pakistan are still fighting. Japan is still fighting the Soviets, and just the Fourth International in general. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now, and mostly we don't care. This is very interesting, though. Very, very interesting. How are we doing logistically? Mediocre is the answer. Okay. We are making early cruiser hulls right now, but I'm not too concerned about this. This is outdated, and yeah, we're not too concerned about it. It's mostly just something for our factory to do. So that's okay, and we're going to get specialized equipment done quite soon. Our artillery upgrade will be in 35 days. Beautiful. And we're going to want to work on our infantry here pretty soon, too. As far as our tanks go, I think that we have the correct chassis. We want to continue working our way down with these passive upgrades over the... Well, they're not really passive upgrades, but with the ability to continue to upgrade our engines and our armor before we really get our finalized tank model. At least for our light tank. So that's going to be a thing. So the 5.5-inch medium gun will be done in 23 days. We did finish up specialized equipment there, and we could take HMAS Assault there. Or research bonuses for truck. Interesting. I think we're going to go down that route because that leads to armor technology, which is fairly important. Now, we could build ourselves a new carrier type with a converted hull. And I think we can go ahead and get started on that, but we don't... Well, we've only got 21 naval experience, so there's not a lot here. We could get some hangar space. That slot's not available. None of those slots are available. So we could do deck armor, a secondary battery, or hangar space. We're going to go for hangar space. And then for our deck space, the only thing available there is hangar space. For here, we could go for deck armor. For anti-air, we could put in an anti-air 2. And that right there is all we've got. Okay. Now, if we wanted to put anything else in here, we could put in a carrier engine like that. A secondary battery, I suppose. But realistically, we wouldn't end up doing this. I think we're just going to wait on getting that going. We're not going to have this dockyard going for the moment. We're just going to wait until we get a little bit more naval experience. So that'll be fine. Cool. We are going to want to start cranking those carriers out eventually. But we're lacking in a lot of tech at the moment. Getting our artillery to its maximum is going to be a very big deal. And getting our tanks to the maximum as well will be a very big deal. Getting motorized available would be nice. War propaganda against the Japanese shogunate will be ending soon enough. And we are going for pretty small divisions here, we should keep in mind. We're concerned about manpower, for sure. So that is definitely a concern. We are working on finishing up this division here. We are going to start getting some armored divisions, though. So let's go ahead and... what I really want to do is I want to train infantry to armor at a 2-to-1 ratio. But sadly, I don't know how realistic that is right now, with our manpower being what it is. So I think that we don't need the advanced artillery upgrade right now. Moving our way down the anti-air would be, I think, handy. Let's double check our divisions. Do we have towed anti-air here? No, we don't. Okay. Support anti-air might be something that we want to ultimately add. We'll see. But for now, we're not going to do that. Okay, so we definitely want to start producing our level 3 artillery. There we go. We've got that done, and at this point, this is ahead of time, but it's still only going to take 84 days. Let's get our artillery finished. So that'll be fine. And then we're going to finish up our motorized here in 49 days. That'll be great. Now, this tank kind of sucks. There's no doubt about that. But we're working on it. Eventually, it'll get done. And once we finish tooling up our factories here, we'll be producing a good amount of artillery. So it should be okay. Cool. We've got a lot of infantry equipment too stockpiled. Wow. Okay. That's good to know. A lot of that may actually be some of these older equipment pieces, but that's fine. So we're going to continue to work our way up this fairly soon. I'm not going to work too hard, I think, on our motorized infantry for the moment. I mostly only want to unlock it. So that'll be fine. Once that's unlocked, things will be a little bit better for us in terms of our armored division. Okay. We can grab ourselves, at this point, an air doctrine. And let's go ahead and do so. We're going to grab operational destruction here. Air superiority plus 15%. Always good. So that'll be fine. And I wonder if Estonia is going to actually declare on us. Poland now has 53 out of 92 needed factories. The following faction members are also nearly strong enough to take over the Republic of Indonesia, but they're further away. Okay, cool. So we're going to get that all done fairly soon. And can we queue up any more of these? No, we cannot. I believe we don't have the bottom level of concentrated. Yeah, that's still about half a year ahead of time. So that's fine. We will be going after that fairly soon. But for now, we're kind of waiting. We can currently grab a land doctrine. I'm not going to do that because we're going to want the experience over here for the Ford F30. And then once we get this done, I'm not too concerned for the moment about getting our motorized maxed out. What I do want is to start working on getting our tanks maxed out. So, there we go. We're going to start our Sentinel tank project here. 2x 100% research bonus for armor technology. Beautiful. So we're going to grab that. And the Ford F30 AP is going to finish up shortly here. That takes 70 days. That's fine. Okay. So from here, we could work on infantry. We can work on armor. I think armor is right now what I want to work the most on. We've not worked at all on air, basically. So that's a little bit of a concern, but for now, it's okay. I'm going to grab advanced engine here. And that will be fine. Advanced computing machine will be finished up in 53 days. So that's cool. Nobody's really justifying on us right now. And I suppose we could throw this into convoys. But that is going to cut into our steel, so I'm not really that interested in doing that right now. Steel will be a concern for us, at least for a little while. But once we finish up over here, and actually we're doing pretty well on this front. We're doing extremely well on this front. Yeah, we're going to get a lot of progress here now. We've got all of our civilian factories built, and that's great. Resources are going to be a potential problem, but we'll see. It's always a problem. Okay, we finished up this unit. We'll just toss them on in here. Beautiful. Okay. So at this point, I do want to go into our armored division, and we will toss in some motorized infantry here. And I believe it was like that. Beautiful. We will, of course, need to start getting ourselves some trucks produced, and we will definitely do that. So we need to make ourselves a few trucks. I'm going to back off on our infantry equipment to work on trucks. We don't have much for military factories right now, and that's fully understood and expected. We'll be able to convert them over pretty quickly. Like, how long will it actually take to convert these over? I'm going to queue up an equipment conversion here. And I want to see how long it will actually take. I'm not going to actually do this. Under a month. Cool. Okay, we'll let that go for the time being. We do have insufficient resources in terms of rubber, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. The Hellenic state declared war on Greece. Oh my. Okay. Now we could trade for rubber here from Indonesia. And I guess we can go ahead and do that. That'll be fine. The National Union of Greece joined the Allies. Oh my. Well, there's our advanced artillery upgrade done. So we're now done with our baseline artillery here. Beautiful. Now we're going to come in here and, well, actually, we're not going to research anything here because we're going to have a research bonus here soon. So I think we're going to come over here and grab improved infantry equipment too. Just a nice passive stat upgrade for our infantry. That'll be great. Advanced computing machine will be done in 20 days. And then from there, we're probably going to focus this one on finishing out electronics, grabbing our fire control systems, grabbing our radar, all of those sorts of things. I'm not too concerned about atomic research or experimental rockets for the time being. Greece joined the North American Association. Well, that's going to get very interesting for sure. I think the National Union of Greece will probably end up winning that, but I don't know that for a fact. Okay. I would like to bump ourselves up to extensive conscription. Sadly, we can't do that right now. But that's okay. So for the moment, we're just going to work on our infrastructure, and that will actually complete pretty quickly. Yeah. It's like a month per infrastructure. It's not bad. We'll have that done reasonably soon, and that will help our resource output as well. So that's great. Absolutely wonderful. Once we finish up some of these constructions, we're going to want to convert like half of our civilian factories here, like 14 of them, over to military factories. And did we just finish a tech? Yes, that was electronic or advanced computing machine. Beautiful. Let's just grab basic fire control system, and we'll start hammering out some of those technologies. These two slots are going to be focused on infantry and armor for the time being. Cool. We're going to finish up the Sentinel tank project here very, very shortly, which will give us research bonuses for armor technology, which will be absolutely great. 2 more days on that. And we are good to go on that. Okay, so our next national focus is probably... Ooh, recruitable population factor of 10%. That's pretty good. Bunch of logistics researches as well. That's pretty good too. Okay, for now, we'll take HMAS Assault so we can grab that Australian Women's Army. Getting that recruitable population up is going to be huge because it's our biggest limiting factor right now, by far. We're only getting 236 per month. Like, that's not great. Not great at all. But it is what it is. Advanced Engine finishes up. And from here, we can definitely grab ourselves Advanced Armor Protection. That's only going to be 41 days now. Beautiful. Very, very rapid research happening here now. So that is great. Scott McKenzie was apprehended again. Well, good luck with that, Scott McKenzie. He did manage to get them to 6% Democratic. So there is that. Beautiful. We can institute press censorship, but I don't think there's any reason to do so. Yeah, there's literally none. So we'll not do that. We could do promises of peace for the moment. Honduras capitulated. Okay, uncertain times indeed. And we should probably consider doing some more war propaganda, which we'll do against the British Empire. Our stability is okay. I don't think we need to work on our stability for the moment. So that's fine. In our officer corps, this is all good to go. Our preferred tactics selection is what? What would we actually prefer here? So this is when we're attacking. This is when we're defending. Sure. For the time being, I don't think we really care about this for the time being. We will care in the future when we know whether we're on the offense or the defense. For the moment, I don't think making a decision there makes sense. Okay. So we definitely need to convert over some of our civilian factories soon enough. I want to wait until we've finished building all of our infrastructure first. Greece declared war on Turkey. That's a little spicy. Okay. And Turkey joined the Central Powers. Well, that makes a lot of sense. They are, after all, the successor state to the Ottoman Empire. So, oh, the Central Powers are invading Africa. Okay. The U.S. is at war with the Central Powers, right? I'm pretty sure they are. I mean, Austria is at war with them, but Austria is also in the Union of Soviet Republics. No, I think the Central Powers... No, they are. Yeah, they are. Okay. Well, we'll see if the U.S. decides to do anything about this situation. I think they're currently more focused on dealing with their problems at home. Specifically, this and this. But once they get that done, that's going to be very interesting for them. They can certainly come over this way and start attacking over here. Luckily, we seem to be being left pretty out of it, which is great. There's advanced armor protection done. And at this point, we're going to grab modern armor protection, except that's ahead of time. So I think we're going to wait on that one. We're going to come over to our support companies, perhaps. Logistics companies are really, really good. There's no doubt about that. We can also start upgrading, like, our engineer companies. That's a thing. For our maintenance companies, we probably want to have a maintenance company in our armor division. And field hospitals likely in our infantry division. There's also signal companies. That's all a thing. I think for now we're to grab field hospitals. Okay. And ultimately we'd want to have like field hospitals and logistics in our infantry. And then for our armor, we'd like to have mechanic and logistic, I think. Okay. I'm going to start training an armored division as well. I'm a little bit concerned, for sure, about our manpower. In fact, I'm more than a little concerned about that, but I think it'll be okay. We'll just start getting that training. And we're going to need a lot more tanks, that's for sure. Basic fire control system has finished up. And at this point, we're just going to continue grabbing everything over here. We'll grab improved fire control system next. Beautiful. So HMAS Assault will give us a research bonus for marine technology. We're probably not going to use Marines too heavily, in all honesty, but that's okay. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we'll see if the US decides to go after the Central Powers fairly soon. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, Sigma162, JJ Gamer, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Kadra, Raw Potato, Elmichi Nazi, Justin Everett, Emiliano Cambron, Martin Lawrence, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.